What is going on, everyone? Badger here. And the DCU, as we've talked about, is in limbo because they can't do anything until they see the reactions to Lanterns and Clayface and Supergirl. And so now we have the Supergirl trailer. Presumably by now you've all gotten the chance to see it. If not, I will put the full link down below so you can see it uninterrupted because, of course, for transformation fair use purposes, I'm going to have to pause. And also, it's a breakdown video. We're going to go through bit by bit, and I'll give you my thoughts about what I think we're getting. But the second movie of the DCU, is it Batman? Is it Wonder Woman? No, it's Supergirl. So let's just get into this.
Hey, I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back. You know, I'm just worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off-world all the time, Kara.
So immediately, I'm fairly sure that this Supergirl movie, much like the Lanterns project, actually is in the past of the DCU, takes place before Superman, and then by the end it might catch up to the current timeline of it. But fairly sure, especially since Crypto kind of looks younger and smaller in a lot of the scenes. Of course, those could just be flashbacks. And we know if you watched Peacemaker, even though many didn't, if you watched Peacemaker, when they redid the Justice League into the Justice Gang, Kara was there, and that of course takes place before Superman, meaning she'd already been in the hero role as Supergirl on Earth with Kal.
I'm worried you're not going to find your people.
I'm also very curious about what they're doing with the technology, especially you can see when she has the iPod or whatever that yeah, this is, and the clothing in particular in Superman, they look like they are not exactly as advanced as we are.
You're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Clark. I have no people.
And of course, we're going to get flashbacks to Krypton. There's a couple of big like city states there. One of them is Kandor, where she's from. And then traditionally it's bottled and shrunk by Brainiac. It looks like they're going to do something similar to those storylines, but with the shield that's going to protect a good chunk of the city that then is just going to be floating through space. And you can imagine what's going on over there. There's also Argo City. These are like city states. And who knows, they might be mixing all of those, but that's definitely what looks like what they're going with here. And then, yeah, her ostensibly, I guess, with the mission of, hey, I know that his brother, that's Zor-El, I think is his name, that Jor-El sent Clark off. And so I'm going to send you two using a similar, and you're going to have to watch over them. And then time dilation. So you can see her saying goodbye. This also is going to be the chance to see a little bit more what civilization is like on Krypton, because if you just go by Clark's parents and of course the reveal that upset everyone, you would think they were tyrants because they advised their son to take over the place, basically.
Home is wherever you are, buddy.
And here's the thing. I know everyone's saying Guardians, and it is like Guardians, except this wasn't written or directed by James Gunn. It's directed by Greg Gillespie. It's written by Anna Nogueira, who for some reason has been given every project to write, including Teen Titans and Wonder Woman. But when you open up with this type of music on a ship that looks like a Ravager ship, and she sounds like Peter Quill, and she's got the music attachment thing, it's just, these are certainly choices.
Crypto and I at least had each other. Honestly, I thought we were lucky. But look.
There's Krim of the Yellow Hills, who of course in the actual comic is just a redheaded dude with like white skin, no scars or any of that shit, and they've put him into a Skeletor outfit basically with the scarification and all the shit on his face for reasons. Apparently he also eats rats, and they really wanted to make him intimidating, and his gang are sex traffickers. I'm not joking.
Almost by definition runs out. What can I do?
The Brickens carry the antidote on that person.
Right. And so just like the comics, Crypto will be poisoned. And so the big deal is he's going to die in like 3 days unless Kara can find Krim. And of course, Krim on their planet also killed this character, Ruth's father. So she's asking for help to get revenge and help take her planet back or whatever, which Supergirl doesn't care. But of course, her doggo was hurt. So we got to John Wick it.
He has 3 days.
You cannot give up on me.
It's a crime of the Yellow Hills. He murdered my innocent family.
My innocent family. Also, we've gone through 3 different composers. I guess presumably this is from the newest composer. I don't know.
Just do what I say. And don't die.
They go to a space casino, a space that's just totally not nowhere, again, from Marvel.
Does not look like this is gonna end well for you guys.
Stop. You're hurting my head.
And Jason Momoa as Lobo. He looks great. He sounds all right. I question what they're going to do. I was guessing for the longest time that he was going to be a bounty hunter working for Brainiac, trying to get, like, you know, making his menagerie of extinct or almost extinct creatures and him searching for Kryptonians, Kal and Kara. But no, looks like he's just hanging out, drinking in the bar.
Revenge. It won't take your pain away.
And a lot of this you can tell are from the reshoots that were like one of the first batches of reshoots that added in more action scenes, because one of the criticisms that we've heard repeatedly is that the action scenes, at least in the beginning, were lackluster. And the best part about it was Lobo, which, just like Mr. Terrific is all anyone talked about in Superman. I get the feeling Lobo is all anyone's going to talk about in this film. And so we've added more. We've also had more Superman be added to it.
Eyes are beautiful when you cry. A lot of pain, a lot of suffering.
Supergirl, of course, also will be hit with the poison and the arrows, and the planet right here is like close to a red sun, so she's not going to be at full strength. She'll still be able to beat the shit out of all the men, but she won't be at full strength.
There's no home without you, buddy.
And I'm pretty sure this is from the finale of the movie, which obviously we've made sure Lobo is there. That's his motorcycle. Not the best picture of Millie Alcock. Look, I think she's fine, but she's clearly not as bodacious, let's just say, as she is in the comics.
Aren't you the ditz from that dive bar?
Funny. That's what I've been calling you.
Touche.
Kind of worried about that interaction. But there it is. This is going to be a road trip movie. Most of this movie is going to be Millie Alcock, Supergirl, and that Ruth character going, I've heard, upwards of 8 planets they said they have in here looking for Krim, but it's basically a tandem girl road trip movie where Millie finds herself. And look, I guess maybe to their credit, if she eventually learns the way to be the hero that Clark wanted her to be from the beginning, sure. We like heroes' journeys, but this one might be a little rough. Especially if you don't like Tom King and you didn't like the Woman of Tomorrow comic, which it's heavily based upon, like the main plot points. So we'll see. Like I said, my prediction is the best thing about this is going to be the Lobo scenes. And at least Jason Momoa can cross that off of his list of things he wanted to accomplish in his life. But other than that, I'm not very excited. And it's just, if you had told me 10 years ago that the first 3 movies of the DCU were Superman, Supergirl, and Clayface, I would have thought it was April Fool's, but nope, that's what we're getting. So let me know what you think about this. By all means, make sure to like, share, and sub. If you have done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
Well, bye.